What's going on, everyone? This is a recap for the DOTS bias trading indicator for Wednesday, August 6th. So this is a 1 minute chart of the NASDAQ micro futures. This is market replay. The dots are to be used, ideally to be used at the start of the New York session. So the market opens. You can see right off the bat, we get a column of all green dots. Going into the session, I had London highs drawn as liquidity, and using something called NQ stats, the Asia London statistic that at Probable Chris has been kind enough to share his stats on. There's a 72% chance, I think 72, 74, something like that, chance with the morning profile where London partially bullish engulfs Asia. There's a 72% chance that the London highs will get hit. So you enter on the close of the 1 minute candle if you're using one dot entry function and just targeting London highs to go with that statistic. So that gets nailed right off the jump, and you're up 1R if that's how you frame your risk. So I'm just gonna go through the rest of market price action. Letter of the law, if you're trading one dot entry function, you'd be done with this setup. But if you took this short, it would have been a stop out. I have reasons why I would have avoided that on discretion, but I'll save that for another video. And so the dots are a bias indicator. So when the dots are mixed, I am doing nothing. So essentially, I want to take dots momentum setups to liquidity. So I had liquidity drawn over here, and at this point I'm looking for all green dots to frame bullish long setups towards liquidity. And then you can see, we took London highs, but this high right here becomes a potential target. And so let me just take you through price action as it's developing. So just looking at price action as it develops, I like seeing that this fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap held. The EMAs, the green is 8, the red is 20. So EMAs were holding, fair value gaps were holding. This liquidity gets taken. We still have the liquidity above us. So I'm waiting for the dots. And so, letter of the law, this is a take for a one dot entry function, but you see how we have this candle at 948, this candle, the trigger candle, at 949. It is bearish engulfing the candle prior to that, which is a bearish sign. I want to trade with the dots, with confluences in my favor. And I'll show you the difference between the next setup and this one. So this would have been an avoided trade on discretion, and you can see price sold off pretty solidly there, and even more so. And so right here we have the exact opposite of the prior potential setup. So you have all green dots, VWAP held down here. We have a bullish engulfing candle. The ATR is about 32 points. 02. You can just trail that low, call it. So this is the exact opposite of the setup that we just had before. And there we go. So in 2 minutes, this setup worked. And additionally, this is an EMA setup, an EMA breakout, call it. So when the dots are all green, you got a retracement to the moving averages, and then you buy a breakout of a 1 minute candle in the direction of the dots and the stack moving averages, and then you have liquidity here. Again, we have the liquidity up here. So I'll just play out the rest of the morning. But so one setup right off the bat, potential loss if you're just blindly trading one dot entry function. Use discretion ideally to avoid this one. This one was a beautiful long. So dots are bullish. So again, right here, this is a retracement to the moving averages with all green dots. We break out above a candle that retraces the EMAs. ATR at the time is 37 points, which I think this accounts for. 38 points, call it. Price trades up, so this setup saw some heat, but it worked. And then, yeah, I'm not sure what else to really go over, but so dots are mixed, so you're doing nothing, and you're seeing the VWAP holding, so liquidity above here. So what happens if the dots turn bullish again, like they do right there? One dot entry function, 31 points. Something like that. Something like that. A little dirty. So you can use one dot entry functions with ATRs to inform your stops and liquidity to inform your targets. You can do EMA breakout, pullback, breakout setups. At minimum, though, with green dots, you're not trying to short this. There was a short here, actually an hourly NQ stat short that worked, but dots are green. You want to trade with the wind at your back, and then you can see for the rest of the day, long and strong. Long and strong. When the dots are green, you're either looking for longs, you're long and out, or at minimum, you're not trying to short. And I don't like to trade during lunch, so price gets a little messy. But you can see that there were liquidity points from Tuesday, from yesterday, over here. So I want to see dots, momentum setups to liquidity. So 1:30. So right now, lunchtime is over. I'd be looking for dots, setups, momentum setups to liquidity, which is what we get. So pretty straightforward day. The dots did a great job. If you are looking for something to help with your intraday bias, if that's something you struggle with, try the dots out. 7-day free trial, link in the bio. Thanks a lot.